I thought we had a good first, and then I think period 2 we had our moments, but we just gave up too much. I think against a good team. The point goal, he's got time in the front. The other one's a 2-on-1, and there's a 2-on-1 in the third. So I think you're just giving up a little bit too much. And but that being said, I thought there were moments where we played pretty good.
How did you feel coming back off?
I felt good.
Yeah,
I was happy with it.
Was the details in the game down the stretch that you guys wanted to get out of your game, those breakdowns?
Yeah, I think so. I think as we get ready to play playoff hockey, you can't afford to make those mistakes when it counts. So, those are the things that we've got to work through. And you go through periods of time where you're playing well, and then a couple of mental lapses, you give up some high quality chances to some good players, and that's ultimately the difference.
We talk a lot about Auston's work ethic. That one-timer wasn't always the weapon it is now. How would you describe what the type of weapon he's turned that into?
Yeah, I mean, he spent a lot of time, obviously, working on his game, his shot, his craft. So, he's always working on different things, whether it's one-timers or tips or backhands, different kinds of shots. So, that's part of what makes him a great player is his work ethic and the time he spends working on his game.
How would you describe the impact Ryan's made on this team over the course of the season?
Reaves?
Yeah.
He's been great. Big personality, big body, plays hard, likes to compete. So I think he's had a great impact on our group.
What's that fight do for the bench, for the team in the third?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, it's an important point in the game. So he steps up and obviously does a great job.
Performance tonight.
I thought we carried a lot of the play, but then you give a good team some great opportunities, they're going to cash in, and I feel like we sagged a little bit, especially in that second, and then we were kind of playing catch up. I thought we dominated the whole first period, and like the last couple games, I think, and a couple last week, I think we got to learn to come out hotter in the third period. I think that's kind of been lacking a little bit, but I thought we carried a decent chunk of it, but the opportunities we gave them were just they're a good team. They're going to bury on those.
Right. Coming out slow in the third period, is that your thought of dropping the gloves with Janelle? Get the bench going?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really think it was a time to fight, but he asked me, and you look at the situation in the game. I thought, if we're going to go draw some energy for the boys, and that was that.
Were you surprised? Did you guys have any conversations earlier in the game, or?
No, I mean, I thought maybe you would ask me after that first shift, but he does his job.
Do you like the way your own game has come around here in the past month, 6 weeks or so?
Yeah, I've compared to the beginning of the season, it's been night and day. It's it's how what they've expected out of me the whole season. I'm glad that that's clicking. I'm glad that the line's clicking. I'm playing more physical. We've had our chances in the offensive zone. Davey scored one last game. I think I'm happy with it. I'm going to keep building on it, and hopefully bring that same energy into the playoffs.
Everyone wants to play in the playoffs, of course. As the forwards get healthy here, do you feel like you're in a battle to stick in the lineup, or how do you feel? How do you view it?
I don't know. That's not a question for me, but I'm just gonna do my job, and I can only do what I can do, and play physical and take care of my own end and get chances. But that's it's above my pay grade.
What got you back to this level, right, after the dip?
Oh man, I think that month and a half that I was out, I used that as a mini training camp. I worked hard. I bagged. I worked on everything that I could. I was doing 2-3 a day sometimes, and just trying to get confidence back. Confidence is a real thing, and that's the first time I've probably gone through something like that in my career where I just felt like nothing was going right, and I just felt like I had no confidence, and I just used that opportunity to try and build it back. And coming off of the break, it felt like my game started getting a little bit better, and then just been building on it ever since.
80's probably not going to happen, but Auston's kind of moving towards 70. How much is that kind of fueling you
I
guys?
wouldn't count him out yet.
Okay, all right. How much do you think it's rallying the group? Like to see what he's doing?
Yeah, I mean it's been unbelievable all year. It's fun to watch. You know, you're watching history, you're watching Maple Leaf history. So yeah, we rally behind him and hope he keeps going, and definitely hopes he carries it into the postseason.
What's the most you've seen this season before? For anyone you've played with?
That would be it.
This now?
Yeah.
What was it before this?
Most goals?
Yeah. Who had the most goals of anyone you played with?
I don't know. I'm not a stats guy. You're asking the wrong guy.
I thought we did a lot of good things about the first 2 periods. Obviously, they're a good team on the other side, and it's just kind of same thing. You make little mistakes, letdowns on the defensive end, and obviously there are a lot of skill, a lot of talent on that team, and they make you pay. So, we kind of dug ourselves in a bit of a hole there and couldn't really climb out of it, especially in the third. I thought we were pretty flat.
Vasilevsky maybe hasn't had the season that by his standards, but showed, why he is who he is tonight, I guess, right?
Yeah. Austin, Stamkos was saying this morning that the year he scored 60, it didn't feel difficult to score. Can you relate to that this year and what you're doing?
I don't know. I think each night brings its own challenges, and for myself, I just one game at a time. Just kind of had the mindset to go in and just compete and see what happens. So obviously, I think when the puck's going in and you're kind of in a rhythm, it's great. But it's a long season. There's ups and downs, and you go through times and periods where it doesn't feel like it's ever going to go in again. But I just try to take it one game at a time, just bring my best every game and compete.
Is everyone putting so much attention on you on a nightly basis, stopping you, and that's the way every team is now approaching how to play this team? Are you ever amazed, like a night like tonight, where the puck was on your stick so many times in so many situations where you could possibly have scored?
I think it's not necessarily anything like new. I know teams want to play me hard and try not to give me space, and I just try to play through pressure, use my teammates, moving off the puck. I think is a big key, and against goaltenders like guy we played tonight, you got to get to the net, and a lot of times it's not the pretty goals, and so that's what I try to focus on a nightly basis, and obviously he was very good tonight.
How would you describe the impact Reaves has made on the culture of the team this year?
I think he's been great. I didn't know him really too much before, just little interactions here and there. But I think he's a great teammate, and he's brought a lot of energy, a lot of positivity to the group. And I think over the last month or so, he's been playing some of his best hockey since he's been here. And you see the impact he makes, obviously on the ice, the way he plays, his physicality, fighting. And then just on the bench, the energy that he brings in the locker room and everything like that, it's infectious. So it's been a lot of fun to play with him, and I think you can just see that throughout the group what he brings.
It's hard to believe that he might not have confidence, but he just told us he was lacking confidence. What has he shown you, especially the last 6 weeks as he's worked his way back?
Well, he seems. I think a lot of guys put in a lot of work with the time before practice, with skills work, just working on little individual things, and he's one of the guys that's always out there working on his game and trying to get better in certain areas, especially with the puck. And you can see, in my opinion, he's had a lot more confidence with the puck and has made plays, and he sticks to his game still. But he's been flying over the ice, and obviously when he brings that physicality, when he makes those hits, and you can hear the crowd get going, it obviously gets a lot of energy into the atmosphere on the bench, and you can feel that throughout the team, and it obviously brings a big positive momentum shift for us.
Ryan was just saying that he feels like the whole group here is kind of invested in what you're doing, pushing you forward. You framed it as a team accomplishment, 60 goals in Buffalo. What's it mean to you that the guys are kind of involved in this with you?
Well, it's a team game, right? So, it means a lot. These guys, you go to battle with them every day and every night, and it's all we're doing this as a group and doing this together. So that's really the mindset. We're just trying to win games.
Just a couple goals, a couple odd man rushes. That ends up being the difference. I thought we looked good. I thought we had a good amount of opportunities, and I thought the game was not necessarily favored one way or another. It just comes down to a couple shots.
What's it like for you as a relatively newer goalie when you look across and see a legend, really, like Vasilevsky, you're going head to head? What's that feel like?
Yeah, I think last year, the first time I played him, I think I was maybe a bit more in that mindset. It was pretty cool, and now I'm just focused on what I'm supposed to do and my job.
A few games here recently, the first shot's been going in. Is there anything you're sensing early in the games, or is that just kind of a fluke that's happening?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a pattern I need to make anything of.
What's the key to a good start for a goalie? Guys talk about getting a hit for a position player, but obviously it's such a unique position.
Yeah, ideally a save.
Feel the puck, yeah.
Yeah, but it's I'm trying my best to stop the puck, so it's not like something I can really control in that way. So, I just I do the same thing before every game, and I have the same mindset. So, that's my game plan coming out.
Ryan Reaves is a big personality. What's he meant to this group?
Yeah, he's a great guy, on and off the ice, and to see him do something like that for the team is pretty awesome.
We see the on-ice stuff, but how would you describe what he's like in the room before games, after games? What don't we see?
Yeah, he definitely keeps it light. Just a great guy to be around, and a guy that's been around the league for a while, and a guy I'm happy to be on the team with.
When Auston broke into the league, his one-timer wasn't considered his big weapon. How would you describe what it is now?
Yeah, he's a special player and he can score in any way. So I think it's just one of his many things he's able to do, and he was on display tonight.
Joseph, there's an emphasis right now on rest, not certainly the playoffs coming physical, but the mental part of it. What are you doing a day off tomorrow to give your brain a 24-hour break?
Yeah, I think it's important to get away from hockey just like any other job, and try to keep work at work, and spend some time with friends or take care of your body and stuff. But definitely, spend the day and resets when you come Friday and be ready to go.
I thought really liked our first period. Liked lots about our first period defensively. Was outstanding. Didn't give up a shot for the first 10 minutes of the game. So that was really good. Our penalty kill was outstanding tonight. Against the toughest challenge in the league. You win a special teams battle tonight against the, from look at power play penalty kill perspective, it's, right at the top of the league in terms of the challenge on special teams. And we win the special teams battle tonight. When you do that against this team, you're putting yourself in a pretty good spot to win the game, which ultimately I think we were in a pretty good spot to win the game. But we made a few more mistakes than they did. They played a really good, smart defensive game. Didn't give us a lot. When we did get to their net, the goalie was outstanding, but we didn't get there enough. And then, we made some mistakes that they capitalized on, right? We leave Point open alone at the net. We give Stamkos a 2-on-1. That ultimately really is the difference in the game.
Where did you see the breakdown on the Braden Point goal?
Camphor left the net front. Just got to hang out there. Just wait. Let the D recover. Just got to hold. A little impatient there.
Why did you have that line, Sheldon, out for that shift?
Well, I mean, a couple things. I mean, you got to have some trust in some other guys. It's that time of the year. That line to me in the first period was our best line. You want to put them in a position. They had a couple shifts against that line in the first period that went extremely well for us. And I thought that Matthews and Tavares, because I've been kind of chasing the matchups, I mean, you come out of a power play not long before that, or a penalty kill, one of the two. It was a power play and needed another line. So, to me, that's, they're, especially right now where we're at, that's my third option in defensive situations. So you need to get through that. But, like I said, we're fine there if Camphor just holds at the net front. We would be okay there, but made a mistake.
What's allowed Reaves to turn his game around here in the past 6 weeks or so?
Hard to say. I guess he'd probably have better answers for you on that. But I'm sorry?
What are you seeing in the tournament?
Yeah, I'm seeing, well, tonight, I mean, was by far and away the most physical he's been in terms of just being able to get there on time, make the contacts, and have them be impactful contacts, that really, I thought, set a tone in the game. And then not just that, but we also got pucks back. Then he's getting to the net front. That line shooting pucks. Like, that line was a real highlight for us in that first period. And Revo was leading the charge. So that's terrific to see. I thought it wasn't just that. I just thought after the whistles, too, he was a really strong presence in the game. and then obviously handles himself extremely well in the fight. So, all those things, he certainly did his job tonight.
A couple of tough breakdowns didn't help him, but what did you think of Joseph's game for him?
It's a tough game, right? Like, first, he doesn't get a shot for the first 10 minutes of the game, and then, it's a laser from the top with traffic from Hedman, and then it's a Brayden Boyd left alone, and it's Stamkos in alone at 2-on-1. Like, those are some tough spots, but you probably need to save on one of those three, to keep us going, especially with the quality of goaltending at the other end. That's just the reality of the game. But he made a couple big saves once it was at 3 to keep it there and allow us to get a chance to stay in the game. So he did his job in that sense. But like I said, it's one of those games where, one or two mistakes our way, one or two saves their way. That's really what the game comes down to. And then we're playing from behind against a team that, plays smart, and it's a textbook third period from their perspective. And, it just shows that, playing from behind is a bad recipe.
Their record since the beginning of March has been awfully good. And Vasilevsky coming back from surgery is looking like the guy who we've seen before. Is this a team that people are not going to want to play in the playoffs because of?
Yeah, for lots. I don't know if anybody's picking. I don't know how you pick them in either the East or the West. You look at it, like there's not a lot of separating teams. There's a lot of teams that are going into the playoffs thinking they can win the Stanley Cup. And teams like us in Tampa, we're still trying to secure our spot in the playoffs. But I don't think there's anybody's overly excited to play anyone in terms of picking the matchup and feeling like, oh wow, this is this one should be all right. And we've seen numerous examples historically that first round is a challenge and a battle. I don't think it's going to be any different. But that team, the core of their group, obviously the goaltending is a huge part of it, but the pillars they have on defense, the pillars they have on forward, those guys have a ton of experience, have won a lot. They've got a great culture there that we know very well, having played against them as much as we have. But I thought they played a really good road game here tonight, and ultimately we didn't have enough to get on the right side of it.